Hey everybody, Morgan Wright, May 25th, Friday. Yes, I got the date right this time. I always seem to screw it up. So, hey, what we're going to do here is, let me see, did I just change things? Oh, stand by. Stand by, there we go. No, I don't want to have Facebook comments come up there. There we go. So anyway, hey, look, I'm back. Sorry about that. Just messing around with stuff. Hey, story today is Snapchat, and I've talked about Snapchat before. This time, I think they went a little too far, and they paid the price for it in a big, big way. So what happened is, first of all, I'm not a big fan of Snapchat. A lot of things go on that shouldn't go on that. For example, a lot of sexting goes on that. That's cyber bullying, inappropriate things, the ability to troll and find adult information by kids. Well, Snapchat, in a struggle to retain monthly active users, those are called MAUs in the business. So their monthly active users is going down. Snapchat is hurting. They're bleeding people. Facebook is just crushing them after they refused to sell to Facebook for $3 billion. You guys should have took the money. So now they're struggling to keep users now that they're publicly traded. So they decided to create this little thing called Cosmo After Dark. Now, Cosmo magazine and stuff has a lot of racy adult content, and that's fine. Look, this is America, freedom of speech if you want to do it. But if you put it onto a platform to where 57% of your users are basically between age 13 and 24, well, then you kind of create another problem because now these kids all have access to it. So here's the story. Let me pull up. By the way, Jack Bauer says, yo, what's happening? We're going into Memorial Day. We salute our troops, salute everybody in our armed forces. Let's remember why Memorial Day is here. Jack Bauer says the same thing too. Don't fall off, Jack. So Cosmo After Dark. So it launched. They tried an X-rated feature. They say X-rated story. Yeah, it's still content that was a little racy, but I don't think there was, nobody says that there was any actual real porn and nudity on there. However, Cosmo is a little bit racy. Now, Snapchat says, well, we put age limits in place and stuff, and you couldn't see it. Well, okay, you think kids tell the truth when they get on some of these apps? You think everybody's 13? No, some of these guys put 18. They want to have access to it. So they tried it. They put it up there, and just after one day, one X-rated Friday night, because they launched this at 6 o'clock on last Friday, one Friday night, guess what? A lot of people, free market worked. A lot of people said, hey, we don't want this kind of stuff. So they shut it down. I mean, the phone is becoming central to everything. My latest podcast, it's about the phone, Chapter 8. So go check out the Sheepdog podcast at morganwright.us/Chapter 8. And that'll tell you it's all about the phone. I detail a story about international child sexual abuse investigations, all on the phone. And the Snapchat, Kick Messenger, all of these things are becoming the tools of choice for people who are engaging in inappropriate, and frankly, illegal behavior. Well, Snapchat is one of those. So they wanted to up their users, so they put Cosmo After Dark on there. Well, guess what? It was announced on May 18th, ran one time. It will not be on this Friday for those of you waiting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time to jump back on that channel. Just not going to happen. So they shut it down, and what it means, it was supposed to be age-gated, but it wasn't age-gated, like it says down here. It never appeared on their phones. Instead, what you saw is stuff on here totally inappropriate. Let's see if I can pull up that picture of it here. Right there. I mean, things about pick one, truth or dare, how to have multiple, I won't say it because I'm trying to keep this thing clean here, but you guys can take a look at this. They did not have porn, but they did have a lot of content dealing with some very, very adult topics. So parents, this is one reason why you need to be looking at this and on this phone and making sure that, hey, is stuff going on here that I only want going on? You inspect what you inspect, you measure it, you manage it, and then you deal with it. And look, hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that. See, that's what it is. Cosmo After Dark. That's what they were doing here. So, anyway, big takeaway from this, it's all about the phone. Check out what's happening on the phone. Check out the Sheepdog Parent Podcast. Go to morganwright.us/podcast. That'll take you right there. Or go to iTunes, morganwright.us/iTunes. Subscribe, check out the latest podcasts. I've got some more good stuff coming out. Actually going to be talking with more law enforcement officials about some of the cases they're investigating, some of the tools, and some of the apps they're finding that these guys are using. Also, in the meantime, I've got a lot of free content down there. Secure your accounts. Find out how to secure like your Facebook account. I've got stuff up there for Instagram, your password course. And more importantly, head on over to morganwright.us. Check out the news site. Subscribe. Get my newsletter. Make sure you get that podcast every week as I dive into the things. Parents need to know, because remember, folks, there is no safety in denial. You got to be a sheepdog parent. Got to be on top of this, just like Jack Bauer says. All right? So I want everybody out there, my law enforcement brothers and sisters, everybody have a safe weekend. You folks in the military, we thank you for your service. Everybody be safe this Memorial Day weekend. It's not about the cookouts. It's not about the hot dogs. It's not about anything else. It's the reason for Monday, and everybody make sure that you observe it. Till then, Morgan Wright, Jack Bauer, Chief of Sheepdog Nation, signing off.